When I leave this earth, let it be with a love fully loaded in one hand and a breath fully taken in the other. Yes, I want one man's story full of me. It'll be long, and in the end of it all, that's right, and the one who has no end in sight. Of course, I wonder what a man's character is. The truth is that I have no idea what the fuck I'm going to do once we come to the end, and then this shit just starts all over again. That'll be something else, won't it? I mean, that'll be some shit. But then again, that's what it is. Shit happens every day, and then one day it doesn't. That's it, that's all, and that's all they ever wrote. That's history, the mystery that repeats. Swipe left or left, swipe, and then right left, repeat. First one foot and the other, each step another one, another brother, another mother, sister, father, just another moment to holler, to hoot, and to holler, to call her to be a baller at the ball with them all, and them all is tall like the tail is long. And so mine will begin as it ends and begins once again. At the start where the art begins, so that's my heart shall be in. Every moment. Every painting, every drawing, every look. Every mile that's walked. Every step that's took. Every look. Every laugh, every love, every gap, every fuck up, every time, every single time. I live. I will. I'll live, and I'll dive in with both feet. I'll free fall into it. Into this life which I'm the occupant of, and the tenant of a larger home, wrapped up in the world, in the universe, in a multiverse of minuscule infinitesimal individual things. And a bunch of other things. Like rings and things, wheels, books, cups, half full or empty, like a mountain, emptiness emptying into the sea. Or is it an ocean? Perhaps it's just an ocean of an ocean, or perhaps it's a tidal wave, like a tsunami in a cave that caves in. And don't think I'm naive, but I still believe in make-believe. And Never Land. And Peter Pan. And I am that Pan, that slapstick humorous wordsmith, nothing but time to kill. Nothing but grammatical homicide of mine. Of the mind, of the time, each and every time I miss my mind the most of all those things I've lost. That was the cost of living. I'm forgiving. I'm living the life that I'm living, that I've lived. I drove in. I dive in, and I still will drive and free fall until I'm no longer alive. My last breath will be the one of my death. And I'll jump, I'll leap, I'll drive over the edge. With my very last breath, and then I'll do it all over again. So what do you think of that? As a matter of fact, as a matter of fact, indeed, in fact, I will be. Well, me and more than me. Me indeed, I am, you are, we are more than just us, we are everything and more. We must. I mean, we must be right. More than just all right, more than just one or two or three. I'm me, I'm 1, 2 and 3, me, myself, and I will be all three. What the hell, why not? Will you join me? Will you join me on the road, on the path, on the journey, the adventure, make it last? And on the last leg of it, at the last step, there was a swipe right, a swipe left, right foot, left foot, something was afoot, and we looked behind us, and there it stood. A life. Ours, yours, the life that we lived. The life that we had to forgive? To move on to the next life. To the next place, to the next other, beyond. Whatever lies beyond. This whatever this is. Whatever lies best beyond the future, beyond what is now cast in a role in a play on a stage. All the world is a stage, and all of us are merely actors acting our parts, playing our roles, forming characters, being bold. Being shy, being the best and the worst. The best of times. The worst of times. The days have been credulity, and the incredible duty and responsibility to live in the life that we have in front of our eyes. Within them, deep within them and us, lies the life that we live, and we can live if we trust enough. So did I live? Did I live as I died? Have I ever lived, or have I just signed and cried and looked around to try to find a life that I wanted? Dream of a life rather than to live one. Perhaps I ought to forgive and start to live in the one that I have been given. This one. This very life right now. This life, the one I'm living, I'm diving in. I'm going to drive in. I will live the life, I will live this life, the one that I have this moment. For what else do I have to give? What else do I have to live for that matter? If I'm alive, if I'm breathing, if I have my eyes open, I will see this is what I have is what I've got, and that's a lot, well, a lot more than I thought. And at the very moment when I think, therefore I am what I think. And I think that I am ready to go. I think I'm ready to live finally, ultimately, at the end of the day, at the end of my life. I want to say, I've lived. Yes, I lived. I was there, I was present, I was everywhere and nowhere, I was here. Now. And here I am again. At the end, which of course is the start, which of course begins with the art, and in my heart it forms as the idea bursts into a tree formed from a seed with roots beneath. And indeed more and more growth lead to more, and more growth leads to more of me, until I am the entire canopy of the forest. Covering the earth. Covering me. Covering a life. A lifetime, a lifespan that has lived like a man that I am. And when I look back again, I'll say the same thing all over again. I would do it again. In a heartbeat, in a moment, in a beat of a drum, I would walk through fire, submerged to the depths of the sea. I would do anything, climb a mountain, swim, sea, walk the circuit of the earth. Just watch me. Here I go, I'm going to dive. I'm going to live, I'm going to dry, so why not dive in? Well, I've got a life to live in. And so I dive. I dive in and I free fall backwards, tumbling over and over it all. And then it starts over again. Once again we start over it all over, once and for all we start all over. Again. And then, whatever comes next. Oh yes, and although I don't know what comes next, I do know that shit'll be long and slick. It was just a momentary flick on the spectrum of it. Yes, that's life, my life, yours, it's the one we have, of course it's all for it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 infinity. The infinity of infinity will be affably, inevitably half of me. All of you and all of us, indeed, should we trust in it enough. Perhaps we may just get a chance to live this life. This breath. This moment, this laugh, this love, this hate, this whatever the hell you're celebrating. Whatever you think you need to hide or show or display or know, then know it, then do it, then show it, then hide it, then do it, then dive in and be it. Because this is your life, no one else's. So what are you waiting for? Dive and fall over, just fall back into it. It's the same one that you were given, it's the same one you were living before. Just a little more. Or a little less, or perhaps, I guess, the same old thing. The same old ring to the same old bell, so the same old life that one says, oh well, so it's life. So this is my life.